This is a thrilling moment. You've talked about technology and what it poses for everyone, though there are threats.
Whenever there's a disruption, human nature it makes us sort of skeptical, apprehensive, because generally change is something we fear because we like the familiarity of our comfort zone and that stuff that we know. But when you look at all the disruptions in the past, they have been a net positive for humanity. Having said that, we could have done it better. So if you take, for example, social media, it has taken so many years for us to really acknowledge that it's really had a major effect on the mental health of young people, that it's caused division, it's caused bullying, abuse, etc. And then we started to put in the guardrails. I would like us to start faster when it comes to AI, but the conversation is dominated by high tech and by politicians. People in the tech obviously have a built-in bias. They think that AI is the be-all, end-all. And politicians are driven by competition. At the end of the day, I think we need to bring in more people into the conversation, whether it's economists, psychologists, sociologists, philosophers, each from his own perspective, guarding us against what could be a potential risk from AI, because, like I said, there's no aspect of our lives that won't be affected by it.
You talked about Gaza and why it seems the world is not listening.
Yes, it's like I said, it took almost 2 years for the world to, 2 years of killing, of displacement. 2 million people have been displaced from their homes, of hunger, of wholesale destruction, for people to start asking the hard questions. And that tells me something. It's because when it comes to the Gaza war or this conflict, there's always been a bias in how it's framed, with Israel being cast as the only moral actor. So for many people, Israel can do no wrong. And I think this instinct to defend Israel first and then ask questions later has proven very stubborn, because it's a result of an intentional, decades-long effort to dehumanize Palestinians, to cast them as people who are not deserving of the same rights as everyone else. So I think if we want to make sure that this never happens again, we need to understand that peace cannot be achieved when you constantly blame one side and excuse the other. We need to stop seeing Palestinians as a problem, but as a people who deserve the same rights. It's not about choosing sides. It's just about applying the same standards of justice on both sides. If we agree that international law must prevail, no exceptions, if we agree that human rights are universal and unconditional, they're non-negotiable, even if one country has more influence or more power. If we agree that for justice to prevail, there needs to be accountability. Wrongdoing must not be met with exceptions. It has to be met with repercussions. If we agree that security is not a zero-sum game, for decades, Israelis have been trying to ensure the safety of their people by denying Palestinians the right to the same.
Do you think women in Mexico and Middle East share common challenges?
I think when it comes to women, really, the challenges all over the world are very similar. Societal restrictions, gender-based violence, limited opportunities for employment, and when employed, less chances of getting to leadership positions. So I think that applies to Arab women as it does to women all over the world. However, I do think that Arab women are often misjudged and underestimated. They're often portrayed as being voiceless and helpless, but that stereotype doesn't apply to many of the women, Arab and Jordanian, that I interact with every day. Not every woman wants to aspires to some Western ideal of what it means to be a modern woman. I think there's more than one way to be empowered and to achieve a meaningful life. As I said in my speech, we don't have to live up to somebody else's standards or definition of what success is.
Please tell us a little bit about your country. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Jordan?
Well, they say that home is where the heart is. And for me, Jordan is my home and it's my heart. I love every inch of it, and I'm so proud to belong there. when I speak to people who visit Jordan, they always talk about, the sights, the history, the weather, the food, all those experiences. But really, what they speak about most is the people. Jordanians' hospitality is kind of legendary because it's very genuine. It's very much a part of our culture.